old acquaintance be forgotten, and you probably want to forget the gun cranks, but hey, we're back, and it's Old Lang Syne time. It's New Year's Eve with the gun cranks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Guns Magazine editor Brent Wheat, and I'm here with American Handgunner editor Tom McHale and AmericanCop.com editor Erick Gelhaus. Hey guys, how's it going?
I'm confused. I never understood that song. Like, what does that even mean? My old acquaintance be
forgot,
blotted, or whatever.
Wow, Meg Ryan with a mustache and a full head of hair. Wow.
I'm okay. This is going off the rails already. You raise a good point. May old acquaintance be forgot. So basically, you're saying any of you old people, I don't want to know you, but I want to know new people.
I think that's what it means. Yeah, you can't be friends with old people. So
okay. Well, I don't have any friends anymore. So anyway, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about New Year's resolutions, since this is a few days before the New Year's holiday, and we will all be living it up on New Year's Eve. So we recorded this a few days early. Now, if you saw last week's show, the pre-Christmas special, I'm pretty sure Roy Huntington had been into the eggnog before we recorded. Don't you agree, Tom? He was rather jovial.
Lots of it.
Good for him, you know? But we got through it, and it was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen last week's show, the pre-Christmas special, we come up with some pretty bizarro ideas for Santa Claus's armament, so check that out. Well, anyway, let's move forward. Let old acquaintance be forgot, and we're going to talk about our New Year's resolution. So, okay, Erick, you have teased us before we got started with the show. What is it you got up your sleeve now?
So my New Year's resolution for this coming year is to shoot more matches, with one caveat. I am going to not rely on the stage diagram for figuring out what 180 is. I'm actually going to make sure I figure out 180 during the walkthroughs. That's my New Year's resolution. More matches, less 180s.
So just to make sure I'm connecting the dots here, you're going to shoot more matches but get disqualified less.
Hopefully not.
What it boils down to?
Hopefully not get disqualified at all this coming year.
Wow. Of all the things I was going to bring up, that was about 6 of the things I wasn't going to bring up. But good for you, Erick. You owned it, and you're waving that flag proudly. So for folks that don't know, explain
I had a pretty major match this year where I had said in the prelude that I'll be just fine as long as I don't come in last or get DQ'd. Well, I didn't come in last because I got DQ'd fairly early on in the match because the stage diagram made me think I had a clean line, and I didn't.
And I will say the kind, caring, and concerned members of our company made sure that we kicked him while he was down, because, you know, people tend to get up faster when they're on the ground and you're putting the boot leather to them.
At least 4 or 5 weeks worth of meetings. It came
exactly.
up. Not at all.
Every time.
And here we are today. We're still not done with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I brought it up.
What I liked was our boss Randy would be talking about, facts and figures and, increases in percentage of XY. And at least as a company, we didn't get disqualified from a match. We from top to bottom, we were trying to help him out.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, okay, you got me on that one, Erick. I didn't think we were going to go there. Okay, that's your shooting resolution. Why don't you come up with a non-shooting resolution? Or maybe they're all shooting resolutions. So
no, it's not a shooting specific resolution. I will be out of the People's Republic of California by the end of the year, preferably sooner rather than later. I want to go someplace that doesn't have a red star or a bear on the flag.
Wow.
Because, I don't know, when I was growing up, the red star meant communism and the bear was the mascot of, let's see, the Soviet Union. Yeah, that's it. And they're on my state flag. I want to move. I'm surprised I haven't. I need to get out of here this year.
Well, you and 5 million of your cohorts. I was reading how California led the nation in people leaving. Wonder why that could be.
That's a good Oh, wait a minute. Was Nick just pointing at himself? Did you leave California last year? Was that one? Okay. So that is half of our current group right now is in the process or has left California. Good job.
Well, and the sad thing is our home office is still based out of San Diego, so the boss and all the production folks pretty much trapped there. So we feel for you.
No, I get a lot of reader mail about that, and I always respond the same way. I say they are brave. They have elected to stay behind enemy lines and continue the fight. So
this is true. This is true.
It is true.
And they're in the most conservative part of California, in San Diego. So that's
well, it's relative.
relatively speaking.
Yeah, it's more conservative than where I'm at. So, there are some pros to it.
I had a thought, but no, I'm not going to share that. No, I was going to ask you guys, when you take your business card, we always go to meetings. We're always meeting new folks in the industry, and you hand them the card and they read it. Oh, yeah. California? Oh, you're from California. No. I live in free America. Yeah. Erick, good for you, buddy. Call me. I'm not going to help you move, but just call me, and I'll offer moral support. So.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, Tom, I know you were working on a list, and right before we went live, you said you really didn't have a list. So have you, in the last 3 minutes, have you come up with something?
Oh, yeah, I have. And this is the year I am finally going to depart from Erick's shooting technique. He's been trying to get me to shoot what he says is the proper way. And this year, I am no longer going to shoot with my gun sideways. I'm going to try and turn it vertical so I can see the sights and do that. I mean, it sounds crazy. He doesn't do it, but a lot of people say that's the way to do it. So, Erick, sorry, nothing personal, but I've tried your teaching, and it's just not working for me.
You're going to stick with the rest of the center axis relock principles, though, right? You're just going to orient the gun.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Exactly. It's got a cool acronym, the CAR thing, CAR. I shoot CAR, so.
CAR. Hey, Erick, I never thought about it. If you're shooting vertically or horizontally instead of vertically, does that change your 180-degree exposure?
Really? You had to go there.
just
and it just won't die.
Do you think maybe I went there to try to take the wind out of people's sails, and you keep trying to blow?
I think he really got DQ'd for shooting sideways, and he just doesn't want to admit it.
Here at Firearms Marketing Group, we build up. We are uplifters and builders and embracers. So,
but I actually do have another New Year's resolution, and I haven't been deliberately doing this, but I've been not shooting as much because of the whole ammo business. And in a related topic, I have not been reloading as much because it kind of hurts to dent into, those boxes of primers I got sitting on the shelf because they're hard to find and expensive now. But you know what? Damn the torpedoes. I'm reloading and I'm shooting. And if I got to pay more for replacements, so be it. So I guess if you shortened that down, boil it down to its core essence, my New Year's resolution is to spend more money.
And our advertising partners are saying, good for you, Tom.
With them.
Encourage others to do the same. Exactly. Well, my New Year's resolution, you kind of took mine, and it basically boils down to do more. With the cost and just the headache of getting to the range and shooting. I don't know about you guys, but I find myself talking myself out of it more than I should, and sometimes you just got to go doing what we do. If there's a deadline, you got to go to the range, you got to shoot and all that. But there comes times it's like, I could go today. The weather's decent and, I got a story coming up, but I don't want to shoot up my ammo. I'm going to need more and, I'll wait till whenever. So it's that whole thing of and this probably isn't the first time I've made this resolution, but just get out and do it. You can always find a reason not to, and someday you'll wish you had. So that is my big resolution. And then my non-shooting resolution is still sort of shooting related. I'm going to try and do more videos. Oh my God. I just saw our producer, Nick, just collapse.
You said that on air. That's a commitment now.
That's not a commitment. That's a resolution, which means there's a 0.2% chance it'll actually come true. So go figure. Now, somebody needs to revive Nick. Go get in the control room and revive the poor guy.
If you're going to do more video, do you think you could get like a video sequence of somebody getting kicked out of a major match? Maybe you could even interview them afterwards.
I think there's a video of that, but it wasn't posted. They decided it wasn't worth posting.
Eric, do you need a tourniquet? Do you need to take a break and go get a tourniquet? That cut hard, man.
It's not a Styptic pencil. It's more like a Styptic Sharpie that I have to have when I'm around you guys.
Wow. Does a Styptic pencil work on a jugular? Wow. That's awful. I really didn't think this episode was going to turn into kick Eric as hard as we can.
Kick Eric while he's down.
Can we go back to kicking Nick? Kicking Nick would be good.
If he follows through with leaving California, we'll kick him less frequently. So, see, we don't kick Nick because he moved.
That's true. Of course, where he moved, we were recording one time, and suddenly he jumped up, and there was like a police chase, and ended up on his patio, and he had a baby in one arm, a gun in the other. It was rather interesting. I wish we could have had the camera on. Huh? Yeah, exactly. Any other thoughts as we approach a new year, serious or otherwise? We're not noted for our seriousness, thank goodness. Any thoughts, guys? Resounding silence. Okay, that was great.
Actually, I'll throw one in there because I'm working on an upcoming issue of Handgunner. Just today, I worked on an article by Dave Anderson, and you know what he's talking about? It's not a new topic, but he presented it very well, and it's about the benefits and the value of dry firing. 10, 20 minutes a day, even every other day, the single most important thing you can do to improve your shooting. So I'm going to also add that to my resolutions, but I would put out a call to everybody. Add that to your New Year's resolutions. You will be amazed at the difference, at the improvement in your skills. And if you're not, you get your money back.
Program I'm on is 5 minutes a day, a dry fire.
And we've talked about it before, the Mantis X10 system. They're good friends of ours. I think we've all got them. That is a fantastic way to get feedback on your dry firing practice. So unsolicited plug for the Mantis system, but it's good stuff, and I use it almost every day. I guess that'll be my resolution. I'll use it every day like Eric, who apparently is really a disciplined shooter. So
I like the draw feature on that. If you mount the thing on the magazine base, and they have a general mount that'll fit any magazine if you don't have the specific ones they offer. I mean, that is awesome because it times your draw and it tells you what stages of I think they break it into 4, maybe 5, but it shows you each stage of your draw and where you're losing time and moving the gun inefficiently, and it is super impressive.
Well, I'm going to ask one last quick question, and this is the one that we actually get this asked of us a lot. The next year in the gun business, things are really starting to spin different directions, and I think we just discussed this in a meeting the other day. The whole industry is kind of sitting on its hands because they don't know what's coming next, and it doesn't seem like anybody's got a real grasp on that. So, Tom, your take on the next 367 or 8 days?
I think a lot more people are going to be shooting. I think, at the beginning of this whole fiasco, with the big panic and ammo panic and all that, everybody hoarded and stopped and, was waiting for the price to come back to normal. Well, guess what? There is no normal. That's arbitrary. The price is the price. If you want to shoot, suck it up, figure it out, dry fire more, shoot 22s. You're going to wait till the end of time for prices to come back to some arbitrary level. So if you enjoy it, treat yourself.
I'd suggest unsubscribe. Remember when we all went to streaming and they said, oh, this is going to be a lot less expensive than cable? It's the same price. They add up $12.95 here. Yeah, exactly. So just unsubscribe. Quit watching so much TV. Spend that money. Put it in a little jar, and once a week, go buy some ammo. Eric, your thoughts on where we're headed?
I think it's like the rest of the industry. I don't think anybody knows where we're going. It looks like there'll be a logjam in Washington, which actually is really going to be a good thing. I don't see a lot getting passed. I worry about the executive orders. Ammo's coming back online, but I had a hell of a quality control problem with some stuff I picked up over the summer that I'm trying to work out with that manufacturer now. So I think folks will get good on their malfunction clearances if that was any indication.
That's a silver lining approach right there.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
I don't know how the next year is going to sort out. I think there's a lot of concern as to which way we're going to go. I know on the training side of things, there's a lot of people who think the bubble on the training side is going to burst. That a lot of the people that have put their shingle out aren't going to be having students, or that it's going to roll back some. Not for any legislative reason, but just availability, quality.
Interesting. Well, maybe we can get together in 52 shows from now and review this and see how close we were to being correct or wildly incorrect. So it's now the last show of the year, I guess. I just thought of that. We're getting ready to do the SHOT Show in Las Vegas here in just a couple of weeks. So we're going to be doing live broadcasts from the SHOT Show every evening at 5 o'clock locally. And Tom, Eric, and a rotating cast of thousands will be talking about the SHOT Show. So make sure you tune in. We'll be doing that. And then, of course, all through the day, we'll be posting stuff on social media. We're going to be doing probably some live stuff in addition to our wrap-up show. So make sure you check that out and be looking for that when we get to SHOT Show here in a couple of weeks. Tom, I believe you just had a new special edition come out, right?
It is out. The Concealed Carry and Home Defense Special Edition is out. It's chock full of how-to advice, tips type stories on how to better prepare yourself and your family for the dangerous world we live in. So you can pick it up in bookstores, grocery stores, or you can go to either of our websites, gunsmagazine.com or americanhandgunner.com, or actually americancop.com will get you there too. And pick it up online or at your local stores.
Well, Eric, you haven't talked about AmericanCop.com in a little while. Give the 30-second overview if folks aren't familiar with AmericanCop.com.
So AmericanCop.com is the law enforcement and decent, normal human being prepared citizen side of the FMG publications. It's all online. It's not print. You don't have to subscribe, other than we'd like you to subscribe to the email. By email to get the weekly updates, but all the articles are there. We've got at least 2, if not 3 new stories posting every week, and we're on Facebook, Instagram for the social media where you'll see the video side of things along with the YouTube stuff.
And Eric does do a weekly cheesecake layout photo shoot, so you may want to check that. I don't know why that suddenly popped into my head.
I subscribe for that alone. It's worth it.
Body armor and a bikini. It's a wonderful thing.
I just threw up in my mouth on international television. So, okay. Check all that out. Check out AmericanHandgunner.com, Guns Magazine. Wow, let's get through this. GunsMagazine.com. You can subscribe to our wonderful print magazines there. Please do. That helps keep food on my table, and that's the most important thing, obviously. Don't forget, you can watch or you can listen to the Gun Cranks on the Gun Crank podcast. Basically, we take the audio and we put it in podcast format. That's at all the podcast directories, such as Apple Podcasts and Spotify and yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So if you're out doing something and you don't want to watch us, because we do have a face for radio, you can listen to us. And of course, the Guns Magazine podcast is out there. We're in starting year 4. So I'm the host of that, and we have a lot of fun interviewing some of these nuts that are currently on the Gun Crank. So check all those things out. So, well, guys, this is it. This is the last broadcast of the year. We assume we're going to be back next week, but any words of wisdom as we sign out for 2022?
Well, that's telling. We have no wisdom.
That's telling.
None. No words.
I was just going to sit there until somebody said something. It's been a weird year. It's I don't even know where you would begin. It's been an awfully weird year. But hey, we're all still here on the green side of the grass, and good Lord willing, hopefully we'll all be here next week when we present another edition of the Gun Cranks. On behalf of Erick Gelhaus and Tom McHale, I'm Brent Wheat, editor of Wow, did you hear that? Did you hear what I almost did, Tom?
Yeah, you almost took over American Cop.
I was actually going for handgunner, but
I know.
I'm the editor of Guns Magazine. Wow. It's been a long day, kids. It's been a long year. So anyway, hey, maybe our ace producer, Nick, can kind of get rid of that little segment.
No.
Even if he doesn't.
No.
I know he won't. He's just laughing behind the camera.
That'll be the teaser.
Anyway. It will. So anyway, I'd like to thank all of our viewers, both of our regular viewers and all the rest of you. We've had a good time this year, and we're going to keep it coming. So we will see you on the next episode of The Gun Cranks.